say hello to everybody instead of just starting.
In process.
Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kasie Oswald, and this is my classroom. And with me, I have two amazing teachers. Do you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Rebekah F. and I live in Idaho.
Hi, and I'm Bob Bishop, and I live in Idaho too.
Wow,
and I know him.
Hey, I know that guy.
All my life.
And how do you know him, Rebekah?
He's my father.
That's awesome. I wanted to ask you in the last one, I don't know if this is too soon to ask this, but how is it growing up with a magician for a dad?
It was a lot of fun. People would come to me all the time and go, hey, how does he do that? I'm like, can you keep a secret? Oh, yeah. So can I.
That's awesome.
I'm like, oh.
What a good daughter. She didn't even tell your secrets.
I know.
No.
You're going to share some with us today, right?
Oh, sure.
Hey, we have 3 people in the chat. Hello, Jason. Hey, Stephanie. Thanks for coming. If you're here, thank you. Let us know who you are and let us know how's your day going. So, okay, let's get started with questions because I'm really most excited to see what you have in store for us because I have already seen them during their meetup. So they've got some exciting things for you today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Let's see.
So I was the one who kind of got into VIPKid first. It's about 3.5 years ago. So August of 2016, I just had my first baby. She was 4 months old. I wasn't ready to go back to the classroom yet, but we needed income. So we found VIPKid on Craigslist. And I'm like, I don't know. Is it a scam? Is it for real? I don't know. I found some YouTube videos of people who are actually making a living and go, I'm going to try it. And I got into it and I loved it. And a month later I said, Dad, you got to do this because this is right up your alley. This is great. And so then he was my first referee.
Oh, good. And how long have you been teaching with VIPKid, Rebekah?
So August 2016. So that's 3.5 years. I will sign my 9th contract this August.
Wow. You must have said that before and it didn't register.
It's like, yeah, it'll be 4 years in August.
Wow. Bob, how about you?
Well, she persuaded me to sign up, so I did that. But it's been really fun. We've seen so many changes in VIPKid, and I just sort of grew along with them. And now you have to push buttons and do this and do this and this. This is really fun. But Rebekah keeps track of how long I've been doing. I think 8 contracts.
He's 1 month behind me. That's how I remember.
Wow, so you are both quite the veteran teachers then.
Yeah, there's a few who are beyond us, but we've been here for quite a while now. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. And what did you do before VIPKid?
I was a kindergarten teacher for 5 years. Yeah.
I'm a kindergarten teacher too, Bob.
Yay, I know. And I loved it.
I taught kindergarten for 9 before VIPKid. So, and Bob, you want to tell everybody what you did before VIPKid?
Well, I was a brain surgeon. No.
Nice.
well, in reality, it seems like it sometimes. I've taught many grades, and recently I was teaching junior high mathematics. And see, that's brain surgery right there.
Right.
But before then, I worked many years working with the gifted students. And so I worked 2nd grade all the way to 6th grade gifted students. Did that for many years. And that was my favorite time, taking these students and some were very intelligent and helping them grow, but many of them came with extra baggage with giftedness. And we had to work through a lot of emotional issues at the same time. So it was a great time, and I enjoyed it. Yeah. Good. So gifted students and education for many years.
Good. And you've been pretty much all over the world. I've seen from your Facebook, Facebook, on your website and things.
Yeah, we've skipped some countries I really want to go to, but we started with Taiwan because I have a sister-in-law who lives there, and so we did some programs there. Then we went to Thailand and spent about a month there doing programs. And then we went to Africa, where we spent some time in South Africa and also Botswana. So,
Okay.
but we haven't been to Europe. Now, I've been alone doing my presentations across the United States, mostly on the northwest side. But I've done some programs in a book I was writing, which on our trip to Taiwan, Rebekah kindly typed that book up for me. So I was ready to present it when I got back. And so that was really nice. And so we did that in many states across the United States, mostly on the East Coast.
Great. So you said you haven't been to Europe yet?
No.
Well, if I was still working at the school, I would try to get you there.
We did go to Europe in the airport, but that doesn't really count.
Oh, yeah.
Holland.
I lived in Germany for 10 years.
Yeah.
In Japan for 7. Yeah. I love it over there. Hey, my mom is in the chat. That's the first time I've ever seen her in the chat. Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Cindy Bennett. Thanks for coming. Okay, so we talked about that. What does your schedule look like for VIPKid?
So I work 7 days a week, 3 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Great. And you've got little ones to take care of too.
Yeah. So what I do is I wake up like about 2:15, and at 2:30 I nurse my 8-month-old to kind of top her off so that she'll sleep through my 4-hour stint, and then she'll wake up right about 7:30. Like,
made it.
Yeah. It's like, even though I could try to push her to sleep through the night, I don't want her waking up while I teach. So I always just top her off.
Yeah. Aw, cute.
Yeah. And because of the time changes and all these different things, I was going early in the morning. So, okay, that's it. Okay. I start at 4:00 in the morning. I can't go earlier than that. And I work to 7 also. So it's pretty solid between those times all across the entire week. I don't work on Sunday. I want to take one day off. And I work in the evenings when that's available. And it was really available for a while until kids started going back to school.
Yeah.
And so I work in my point of view. It's on a Friday and the Saturday nights often. So the early mornings, like everybody else, and then sometimes Friday and Saturday night.
Our schedule is similar, Bob.
Yeah.
I have 4 classes on Friday nights and usually 5 on Saturday night, and that's enough for me. And then I haven't gotten to take a day off yet, like 7 days a week still right now. So. Hey, Trisha, thanks for coming. Okay, so do you guys teach for any other companies?
I dabbled a little bit with Kid, but it was hard to get the scheduling to, work out. I feel like I have to devote myself to just one company. But I am venturing on to Outschool right now because it's a great time for me to teach like during the day. So I can kind of pick up a little bit during the day. So I'm excited. I taught my first 2 classes, and so hopefully I'll get more.
Yeah, I asked that because I saw it on in your YouTube.
Yes.
So check out her YouTube if you have some questions about Outschool. Let's see. It's posted below. I already put her link on there, but what is it? Oh, it's just your name,
Rebekah
right?
F. Yeah,
Rebekah F. So check it out. She's got some great videos on Outschool up there right now too. So. And Bob, I already forgot my question. What was I talking about?
Other companies.
I have books and memory skills.
Right? I need something.
So I'm applying for Outschool too because it's a different format and it's fine, because it's steady work on VIPKid. That's good. And it's a certain time. And I could set my schedule in the morning, doesn't interfere with the day except I get tired earlier. But also Outschool allows me to create my own topics, my own classes, and I could teach that during the day. So I'm trying a variety of things too.
Yeah. See, I like that idea. I'm just not on board with it yet. I kind of like not making lesson plans.
Start small.
The last 10 years, I'm like,
I have tons of lesson plans in all the years I've been teaching. So
true. If I did just kindergarten, preschool, first grade type of stuff, I'd probably have plenty. But okay, what are your favorite levels?
Sea level. Yeah, that's right there. You see the wave.
Right there, got it. Okay, VIP kid level, Bob. VIP kid.
Oh, well, that changes everything. You know,
You're making my cheeks hurt.
I, I do teach different levels, but I really enjoy level 7. I mean, I
Oh,
did, because I can relax and the students are able to converse and they have a great sense of humor. They understand my strange humor. They're
mhm.
telling jokes too. It's very regimented. I have to get through an hour, in that time.
Yeah.
Um, but I enjoy that because the students, uh, higher level of intellect and higher level of humor.
Yeah, you can be a little bit sarcastic and fun with them. Well, I haven't taught a level 7. I've certified for it, but I haven't taught it yet. But I did teach my first 50-minute class. It was a supplemental health and physical education. So
Oh,
that was really weird with a 10-minute break in the middle. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, what if I miss it? What do I Rebekah, what's your favorite?
I'm certified levels 2 through 6, and I'm really enjoying level 5 and 6. I have a lot of regulars in those levels, and so we have this really good connection. I see a couple of them a couple times a week.
Mhm.
One girl every single day.
Aw,
Uh, she's just
fun.
plowing through level 5 now. So,
Wow. I just hit 100 classes with my first student
yay!
yesterday. Yeah, I was like, oh. And I've only been in 300 and something days. So I'm like, wow, that's every 3 days she's had a class since I've started.
Rebekah,
That's
is
pretty
that the
good.
one? Is that the one student who came to me a couple classes?
Yeah, so I told
Oh,
my
fun.
student that I have a father who's a magician because we were in like what was it, the Stranger Danger and talk about like
Oh,
magic
yeah.
tricks. And so I'm like, well, my dad's a magician. You should go check him out. And I told her his VIP kid name. And
Yeah.
so she found him and took a class with him one day. I'm like, but don't leave me.
I was just going to say that.
She's plowing. I've never seen somebody do this, but she's plowing through lessons, taking 2 every day. She
Wow.
takes me about 3:30 in my morning, so that's like 5 o'clock for her. She lives in Malaysia, and then
Yeah.
she takes another class later on in her evening. So she's just like boom, 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 boom. Like whoa, she has assessment every 3 days. Like
And is
you
she
can
pretty
slow down.
attentive and
She
stays
is,
in
yeah.
there?
She does really well.
Yes.
Yes, and she laughs
Wow.
at things and like, okay, this is cool.
She must have a love of learning because you don't find that all the time. I mean,
Yeah, and she came to me out of the blue in the middle of level 4. We finished level 4 and she got sad. I'm like, why are you sad? Because I'm leaving level 4. I'm like, sweetie, I teach level 5. And she was so happy that she could stay with me. Like, yeah, you don't have to
Aw,
leave.
so sweet. Okay, let's see. Do you find it difficult to keep kiddos' attention? I thought this would be a good way to transition into the next part. So, do you have a hard time keeping their attention, or what do you do with kids that are having difficulties?
Oh, couple of different questions there. Yeah. Rebekah, you go first.
It depends. I mean, if I give this, connection with them and we start bantering back and forth, then it makes class fun.
Yeah.
But when they start zoning out, I have a hard time kind of like tracking with them. It's 3:30 in the morning. I just like, okay, guys, we got to get some energy in here.
Yeah.
And sometimes what I've done recently is pop up like an AR sticker on them or me and just like, wait, what was that? I have to go away. And then we're like, okay, back to the lesson.
Right.
Because
What
even
about
if
the
you
ones that
can't
like
do,
stay on their phones? And you're like, hello.
yeah, and some just don't care. They're 12 years old. They just don't want to be there. Like, okay, guys, let's just get through this. But I still use rewards for every level. I don't care
Me
what.
too.
Yeah, level 6, I'll use my levels.
Hmm. I'm like, do you want it to be 25 minutes or 28 minutes? And they're like,
Yeah.
25. I'm like, then let's go.
Yeah. If I can tell somebody's just really dragging, I'm like, fine, just stars, done.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Bob,
And
how do
I
you get them back?
get them back.
Get them back, get their attention, or you probably keep their attention pretty well, I'm guessing.
Well, once in a while, I'll have a new student who doesn't know who I am, and so I've got to be the energy level person to bring them alive. One thing it's an ongoing thing. So stars, okay, and that's fine. But some of my students don't even need the stars. In the very end, okay, 5 stars. They know I'm going to give it to them.
Yeah.
But for students who have a hard time getting attention, and there are a few. I don't know why they keep signing up for me, but they I go, I'm trying to get your attention here. And so I'll have something to show once in a while. We had one boy today who's sitting way, way, way back, and and I could tell he was not truly interested in what I was doing. It was hard to, I could barely hear him. I was like, come forward, so I can talk with you, trying to get a connection.
Yeah.
So, most of the time it works. And I try to get their attention even before the class starts. I'll have a fun song on. I'll be making funny noises. So as soon as I turn it on to them, I'm already conversing with them a little bit and building that rapport at the very beginning is so important. But I know after all these years of teaching, some students really spend a lot of energy to show no energy.
That is true. I remember during the workshop that I went to with you two, I think, Bob, you had said you want to get them laughing and get their attention right away.
Yeah, before it even starts.
Build that rapport as soon as you can. Otherwise,
especially
you have to get it back. Oh, yeah, the trial kids.
Yeah. Then they're comfortable with you before they get started, because you have to break that ice.
Let me show you something to do at the very beginning.
Love it.
What I do is something like this. I say, what's this? And they'll say, if they know, they'll say, oh, it's a light bulb. I say, oh, it's a light bulb. Oh. So I'll go like this, and I'll put it together like that, and I'll hold it by the tips of my fingers, and I'll just watch. Sometimes it's hard. I'll get it. And it lights up. And I go like this. I hold it really close, and I said, no, you try it. And they try it. All the way from China. Wow. And I put it up there. That usually keeps them alert for quite a while. Wondering how I do that. And I'll use the light bulb at certain points if they get something right in a guess, or I'd say, well, look, it's right. Fantastic, And so within the first 3 seconds, something's happening that's a little bit off and wonderful, hopefully.
That I'm sure that gets their attention right away. So online teacher dude, hey Tim, he's in the chat, and he said, first he said, I'm in the house. Hey. And then he said, who lives in Malaysia? I just heard Malaysia when I popped in.
Are we allowed to say the kid's name?
I mean, they're in English. Nobody knows their real name.
Her name's Wendy. I don't know if you've had Wendy. She's level 5 now. Wendy with an I.
Yeah. So Tim is in Malaysia. He's a
cool.
VIPKid teacher in Malaysia.
Yeah, I think she used to live in China, but now she lives in Malaysia. And I have to remind myself that. So when they talk about like Chinese culture, I'm not like, oh yeah, what's it like in China? She goes, I don't live in China. I live in Malaysia. Sorry, forgot. Only one.
So it's Rebekah's student, but that's the one that Bob has had before, right?
Yeah. Once or twice she goes and sees him, but I see her every day.
That's awesome. So what is your favorite props or rewards? This has gotta be tough for you guys.
Yeah.
I stole my best stuff from her anyway.
Yeah. So
I stole stuff from her too.
About 2 years ago, I've thought to myself, I don't have a banana reward. We see bananas in the rewards all the time. Monkey bananas. Like, I need to make a banana reward. And I still use it 2 years later. So it's my go-to. It is a Find a Star banana. And so I'll ask my students, and even my regulars who've had me forever, go, can we do bananas? And I'm like, sure. So today I'm like, do you want to do this or bananas? Bananas. Okay. So they pick one, and rainbow. And I'll go, there's a star.
Whoa.
And I'll take it, and they'll stick one that's like not, and I'll go, aww. And these are cool because these are just neodymium magnets, and I can take them off and put them back on. So I can go, I've changed them up. They're not on the same ones anymore. Like, because I had one mom and daughter together. They're taking notes of which bananas had the stars. And they show me at the end, look, we know. And I'm like, look,
No.
Oh, that's so cute.
And so by the end, they'll have 5 stars up at the top. And, so I can see all 5. And then I have everything off. And I like the bananas, but I wanted something different. So I recreated it during Chinese New Year with lanterns. So it's the same thing. That way I can go lanterns, and I found these emojis, stars online. So it's the same kind of thing, but just a different front.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that one last time.
Yeah, I didn't share this one, but it's very similar. And I just, one sheet of very limited amount of printing.
Mm-hmm.
Magnets are cheap. Tape to tape it on.
Oh, good. And different colors. You could use that for colors.
Yeah.
And everything.
Oh,
That's
yeah. I
great.
use the colors all the time. I use it doing prepositions. Like, I want the one above yellow.
Mm-hmm.
We get prepositions. I'll make them say it. Or I want the fourth one if we go to the order.
Oh, good. Great. Okay, Bob, you want to tell us one of yours?
Well, it's interesting because something I borrowed from Rebekah, and she actually helped me put this together. And I'll use this, except inside here I've got eggs, and yeah, it was an Easter egg hunt, and we spent time collecting these eggs, and so I teach them top, bottom. Of course, these eggs, they're all in here now, but they would be all here, all lined up, and they'd choose an egg, and inside some of them there's well, some of them, 5 of them, there are stars, and then 5 of them there are these here. Let me tell you, when I did I wear a hat all the time because people know me, and I put this around my head like this. They think it's the funniest thing, and they just start laughing like crazy. Okay, so that's and I started with that. Basically, the 5 eggs have stars and 5 eggs do not, and then they have learned top yellow, bottom blue, top green, and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. Well, it's sort of developed, and so I started doing some facial features and things like that. I go, and I'll change expression, and you don't know, is it good, is it bad, is it good, is it bad, is it good, what's going on, huh? Is it yay, and it's a necklace, is it, oh no, it's a star. Well, the kids like that opposite emotion thing. Yeah. And so I started going further on that, and so every time I test it in front of the lamp, and I'll put this in front, and if it's a light, if it's a star, it would light up. Just being silly. I mean, I could try different colors. We tried this before. Rebekah, name a color.
Blue.
Blue. See, we go blue. And if you wanted red, it'd go, that's green. I want red. Stubborn thing. And I would go green. Okay. So, but then recently I went over the top. So it's still doing the eggs. It's still a star inside of an item. But now I started doing things with a remote control monkey.
Oh, yeah.
Now the monkey, this is something else. And the monkey would tell the student whether it has a star or not. The monkey would, if it's not a star, he would do this. And if it is a star, he would go all excited and clap hilariously. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. He's a little tired right now. Anyway. But all I'm doing is just adding the little magic and a little silliness to, is it a star? Yes. And having it know, wow, the monkey knows. But
smart monkey.
and the light knows, wow. And having just, I get all these switches and buzzers and things on my desk and make things work.
I can imagine what your desk looks like.
And you want. No, yeah.
I have baby day with all level 1s and 2s. I cannot even imagine having switches and stuff because my desk looks like an explosion after baby day.
Well, switches and gadgets and explosions too. So anyway, so I do like that, but I've been liking more is as I construct a picture up here with shapes. And as that's developed, I try to make a shape look like something else, look like something else, look like something else. And they try to guess what it is. Of course, it's been upside down the whole time. And most of the time, the students have no idea what it is until magically I turn it over and go, oh, it's whatever.
Yeah. Are you guys going to have another workshop coming up?
Yeah, this Tuesday. It's full already, but we could have another one in the future. But yeah, it fills up really fast.
Because that's where I learned about, there were magnetic tiles or something, right?
Yes. Yes.
Bob, did you say they came with pictures, right? So we could learn how to use them and things, right?
Yeah. One day I
Get you in
said, I
trouble.
felt so creative. And I said, I was just going to put these up randomly. And the student said, that's the worst picture I've ever seen. I said, okay. So these are the imagination magnets. And it,
Good.
and it comes with all these different shapes. And of course, okay, hold on. And it comes with enough pictures to keep you busy for years.
Oh, it did have a lot. I didn't know it had that
Yes.
many because I did put that in the description box too.
Yeah.
So,
And of course, it has this and it has it on the other side too. Two
oh
pictures.
wow, there's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Hey, Evelyn, thanks for coming. And oh, Tim. Yes, Tim. I don't know how it happened. It just kind of happened. He said, "Congrats, getting over 800 subscribers." So.
Well, today. Wow.
Yeah, it's been fun. That's all of you guys coming on for interviews and stuff. So in the workshop, you had a list of different magic things. Do you want to show us some of those?
Well, I asked one time, why people in China have the coins on the strings like that. Well, now obviously you know why it has a hole in it, so they could actually put those together and they can save them. And this particular coin, you can see it here, this particular coin, in fact, we got on our trip to Taiwan. Now, this coin here is about the same size, where the camera is, the same size as a quarter. Yeah. But, we don't have a hole in ours. So here's the quarter and here's the one with the hole in it. So we have to go a little further. You see, now the one with a hole, they can put like a chopstick through it like that. See, but in America, we got to do it ourselves. Now, one thing is about the hole. It's there. But, I don't want the hole to be there. I could just pull this right out and sew it again.
Ta-da!
Whoa. And I have discovered over the years of teaching of VIPKid, certain topics always seem to come up. Color comes up everywhere. Food seems to come up everywhere in all the courses. Animals comes up all the time. Body parts comes up quite often, and shapes come up. And so I'm trying to find certain types of tricks that fit around those topics. For example, if there's always thinking about healthy and unhealthy food. Yes, and I'm going, evidently Americans have no healthy food at all. Yeah.
I know. Do you see their unhealthy food? I'm like, oh. They've changed it now. So the one slide is American unhealthy, one slide is American healthy, and then they swap.
Right.
They've gotten better at that now.
So I talk about, do you like this? Hamburgers. Hamburgers are good. They seem to know what hamburgers are. Of course, if you have a hamburger, you have to have something else, and you got to have this. French fries. French fries are good with hamburgers. What I really enjoy. Now, this is actually on one of those AR stickers. I thought, oh, that's cool to have this on an AR sticker because it actually looks like the same cake on the sticker. Hey, you eat the fake one. I'll eat the real one. So we have all these different. There was one story about, was it Jack and the Beanstalk that one of their versions of Jack and the Beanstalk, where they had somebody buying a whole wagon full of donuts. I don't know, but it was one of those stories, and so and sometimes you just have donuts.
Oh, yum!
So, I'm waiting for somebody, some kind of fireman, to say, "You're not supposed to eat while you teach." I'm not eating. It's just.
Right?
I fake eat all the time.
Yeah. I'm not as good at as you guys are, but I'm like,
especially when I have my Gumball reward out.
Yes, I want to see
Yeah.
your Gumball
Yes.
reward.
So this one, I used peanut M&Ms in there. I
Ooh,
dug
yum.
out an equal amount of 3 colors because 3 I feel is the best kind of random ratio. At the beginning, go, what is your favorite color? And they have to choose one of these colors. Say blue. And because I will forget, I type blue in the chat box so they can't change their mind later. And I'll remember what it is.
I meant red.
Like, then I'll turn it like a couple times and they went blue. And every blue they get a star.
Oh, fun.
And I'll show them, like, oh, wow, 2 blues, 2 stars.
Aww.
Did you eat it? No, it's right here. And I'll just put it in the glass jar at the end.
I
And
would totally eat it.
right? Yeah.
The daughter of a magician.
I've used the same M&Ms for about 2 months now. I don't want to eat these.
Oh, gotcha.
Put it in my hands. Ugh, yuck. But I'll do it again, and if there's no blue, I'm like, oh. Like today, my student went like 5 times without giving the color blue. I'm like, I know it's there. I can see it. It's just not coming out.
This is rigged.
Right? But they like it because it's chance. I mean, they're going to go get their 5 stars, but it's chance whether it's going to come out or not. And they like that suspense.
Right. That's fun. So today I had one, you know, I only had 9 numbers on my Pokemon Find a Star. So he had already turned over. He had 1 number left. So it had to be a star. Right? And I was like,
you would think.
It's not a star. And he's like, whoa.
I've done that in the eggs, and they going, "Oh, you're having such a bad day," you know. But you know there has to be a star. It's going to have to be. I'm sorry, we're out of time.
One student who kept choosing the wrong ones over and over and over. We're at the 20-minute mark, and they have picked all 6 blank ones. I have 6 stars up there, so I have a spare. And I'm like, "Come on, guys!" In my head, going, "Soon you're going to pick star, 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 star." Right. But just.
It's always when you're in a time crunch too. It's like, oh. Yeah. Let's see. You have a question in the chat. Are they workshop leaders at VIPKid? Cool workshop. I would love to take that one.
Yeah. We're not official workshop leaders, but we did a virtual meetup the other week where it was a meetup / workshop style. And we'll have another one coming up too. So it's like, it is kind of like a workshop, kind of like a meetup. Is kind of a hybrid because we have so much we just want to share, but we also want to have input from other people. So it's, it's kind of both, but we're not officially.
When you have 60 people, it's hard to have a ongoing discussion with 60 people. So we. Yeah.
And I found their virtual workshop on the events page. I actually just went to go see what was there. And you guys were there. I was like, oh, I got to take this one. I think you were pretty full in that one too.
Oh yeah, we sold out.
Wow. Somebody wants to know if you were a magician before.
Before what?
Before VIPKid. He still is.
You know, I remember my first magic trick when I was in 4th grade. I mean, that was like 10 years ago. And
I'm sure.
No, and I remember doing that, and I remember, performing a little bit in college and a little bit when I was going to, working on my master's. But I remember doing some things, starting doing shows when I was teaching, and I started doing more and more of these things. So I'd say about 30 years I've been doing steady magic shows. I think Rebekah remembers, as a child, she'd come to my magic shows. So for many years, and I show little things around here, but I've got a whole garage, and Becky knows that too. Becky knows that too. A whole garage just full of illusions and stage props, and so yeah, many years. And so what I try to do is when people want to learn some magic, is okay, how much do you want to spend? Because it's a very expensive hobby, but on the other hand, it doesn't have to be. And so I'm looking at things magically rather than trying to spend money on a whole bunch of new props. Okay, what can I do just to look at life magically, and how to give students, children, a sense of wonder, rather than saying, hey, here's a new box. Now watch this box. It's more of how I present myself. Yeah.
And I think you have 2 different Facebook groups, right? One is for children, I think I saw, and then one is adult like table. Explain that, because that sounds totally not.
Well, I have 5 Facebook pages.
Oh, I have enough keeping up with my own.
And they're on my website. Of course, one is Mr. X the Magician. And so what that does is just any kind of magic, and also corporate magic, as well as for children's shows and that type of thing. Then I have one, the Math Magician, which is my tie right here. And I have a different hat, a different outfit. It's when I visit schools, and I try to make math more interesting. And that's exactly why I chose that topic. I'm not going to be a history magician. I'm not going to be a science magician. There are a lot of those, not too many of math magicians and magicians who try to make math more fun. So it ends up being, there's a lot of math in there, but it's done subtly and hidden behind the scenes. And there's a lot of motivational talk. So there's a couple there. I have one called Math Explosion, which is just straight math, wonderful things dealing with math. Then I have one called Wonderful Education. Everything has to do with wonder. And so, and there are more.
Okay, well, I might not have them all down there, but I definitely have quite a few in the description. I think I have 3 of yours. And Rebekah's channel's down there too, if you guys want to check it out. Let's see, you want to, wait, there was something from Rebekah. Oh, Rebekah, do you have your paint by stickers?
I do.
Paint
Yes.
by stickers.
I just love those. She's got some great ideas, guys.
So
Paint by stickers.
back in December, my friend Jerry sent me a Christmas gift, and I'm like, okay, thanks. Okay, sure. And it's this. And so I was doing it by myself, and I thought, I could probably use this in my classroom. So I did. And since January, my students and I have put together all of these pictures. They take about 2 weeks to do. I do it level 3 and up. They do 5 stickers a day, and they build off of each other. So we finished, the one in the workshop we were working on were the flowers. Well, the flowers are done now. We finished the flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, dinos. Okay. So now we're working on another one. We're working on the horse.
Oh.
And so like today I said, okay, do you want to do down the bottom, the back, or the face, or the nose? They'll say, and I'll go, okay, the nose. And I'll bring it really close.
Oh.
I might kind of fiddle with it a little bit until they can, see it.
Oh, yeah.
And this is where I press that button on the screen where it makes me really big at the bottom of the
yeah.
And I'll, for those who have it. And then they'll choose a number,
there you
like
go.
A57, brain memory, A57 in the chat box, because I want to make sure I remember it. And then usually like level 3, 4, 5, they're reading the next screen. So, okay, you read this, I'm listening, and I'm over here on my page finding the sticker. And so I'll find the sticker A53. And then what I do is
I
I
messed
used
up
to,
the number.
57, 53.
Oh, it was 57? Okay.
But they don't know.
No. See, that's why I didn't write it down. I gotta find 53.
Like, oh.
Forget.
And you do that for purpose. And he said, wait a minute.
I've done that before. And I'm like, okay, you keep looking. I'm just gonna keep looking over here. And that's what I write down, because then I can track back, because I get so involved with the students. I have like 4 stickers on here and 1 star. I'm like, uh-oh. I gave you 4 stickers as tracked in the chat box. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Star
So I
bomb.
used to hold it up, but these stickers are so tiny, I can't do that. There are some kid versions of this, but I'll put it down on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
And I'll just tip my camera down, and so I can still see them. They can see me. They know I'm here, and they can watch me as I stick it on, and then go, look, ta-da! And if you do 6 classes a day, you can do a bunch of stickers every day. That's why I'm done in about 2 weeks. And then we start a new one. And if they don't want to do this, that's fine. I have the candy. I have the bananas. I can pull something else
And I've got the monkey with the bananas.
Yeah. And so I like this because it kind of just grows with them. And, they can
want to see the next picture and the next picture.
Yeah,
and
the next day, like say I see somebody only once a week, they'll come back going, wow, the picture's half done already. Yeah, great, let's add some more.
Come back more, you'll get more stickers.
Yeah, and then I said, come back again, and you can see as it progresses, you can add more to it. It kind of invites people to come back to see how it progresses. So it's not just a 5 sticker and done. It's a progression.
I think I linked one of the kids' books because I didn't realize that you did the other ones. I think I like those better.
This is the one that I got with 12. I got it for like $10. Now I'm seeing for like $4.
Oh,
well,
wow.
if it takes about 2 weeks, this is 6 months worth.
Right.
For $5. Like that's good. So this one has.
Oh, there we go.
The fish and the smoothies. The train is a big beast one. And so sometimes what I'll do is whoever finishes it can choose the next one.
I want to do a Picasso.
So I've kind of kept track to see, okay, this is when I started it, and this is the person who chose it, so I don't let her choose again.
Oh, good idea.
Wow. All right, I gotta get that.
I knew my mom would like that one. My parents raced thoroughbreds, so I knew when I saw the horse. She said, "So smart." Yes, I knew you'd like that one, Mom. Okay, what else, Bob? You want to tell us some of yours?
Well, I'd say I got a couple already, and is there something else? What am I missing?
You mentioned the thumbs earlier.
Thumbs.
Maybe that's when we were talking before.
Oh yes, I got it's a cube. I'll have to find that one. I have ongoing things. Oh, this doesn't matter. Well, see, I've started doing things visually, and now I started doing things more auditory. So this came from this button right here. That was easy. The easy button.
Oh, the easy button worked.
Easy button, but yeah, I know. That was hard. And so I started getting buzzers like that. If they're guessing wrong, I'll give them things like this. The last time, no. No. And that doesn't sound as negative as it sounds, because if they get it wrong, and they seem to like that, they'll go say no. Then of course they get it right. Yes. And then once in a while they'll get maybe. And then I have all these sound effects off in the start class.
I did put some of those sound buttons down there because those are fun.
So I have all these sound effects, and if anything gets out of hand, sometimes things just start happening. Stop it. I know he likes it. Okay. And things just got out. Stop it. Okay. And things got, the kids like that gets out of control. But I got to try the ongoing one. I can't wait for the monkey to grow up. Right. They're gone for like a month, and the monkey's trying to get out of the cage, But I like the idea of the ongoing one. They can see what other students are doing. So I want to see what I can do to that to make it magical, Rebekah. What can I do? So
now you got Bob's mind like,
what can I do? Yeah. So I've got so many things, and if it's somebody I like, usually a girl, I said, "This is for you," and they go, "Oh, that's interesting." Oh, whoop! As they blow on it, and then the flowers start growing. Usually it's and I can talk about growth and everything. Is okay. Let's go to it.
Oh, that was cool.
I have so many weird things around here. I remember often the first time I try these things, maybe there's an expression on my face, but I remember, we talk about a lot of semi-aquatic,
yes.
Yeah, you think aquatic, you got it. Semi-aquatic animals. And so I brought this out, and the poor kid ran off. I go, "It's just a frog, And so I remember the first time one of my students, is a very outgoing student, he said, "Put the monkey away." And so I thought maybe it's my expression or something, because everybody likes the monkey,
right?
Everybody likes the frog. And so there's always the first time. The person has to be, the first one. You're going to be scared.
I had one scared of my spider today.
Oh, yeah.
We did the word scary, so I was like, "Oh, what about this?" Well, I didn't know she really was scared of spiders, and she was like, "Oh, ooh, creepy, Rebekah." Can you imagine if I would have had it attack me? She would have lost her mind.
What's the size of that? Oh, she got that from me.
I did. You gave it to me years ago. It's mine now.
Where that went.
Would you even notice with all of your things there?
Where my
I bet
swagger
Rebekah's
go?
like, every time she goes over there, like, oh, I'll use this from Dad for a week. She replaces it later.
Let's see you doing a workshop.
Okay, so I like the idea of we have this small space, and you mentioned it in our workshop last time. You know, we only have this space to work with.
A little tiny living space.
Really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
What a big trophy. It's big. It's floating now. It floats.
So, whoa, it shrunk. Well,
Just them falling, going, whoa. Well, now they're like, it's small. Yeah. But somebody gave me the idea because I was holding it with my fingers. And my fingers were kind of like, in the way. I got pretty good at it, but my fingers were always there. Put on a popsicle stick. I'm like, I don't have room for sticks down here. Magnets. And I have a magnet tip. Stay in there. These are also nice for when I drop my props on the floor. I can go, whoop, bing.
Oh, new game.
I have one that's positive, and then this one's negative. So it doesn't matter which way I drop it. I can go, and so they'll laugh and go, oh, hold on a second. And
let's not overthink this now.
Fall off our chair trying to pick stuff up.
Yeah, I'm like, whoop, found it. Ta-da!
So
That's a good tip.
But see, that way, because I can go either way.
And because of the size of the screen, they don't know what's going on behind us here. Oh, excuse me. While you were talking, I was actually vacuuming my floor. Yeah.
People complain, like, don't look down. Well, if you laugh about it and tell them why you're looking down, they're probably not going to, have a big deal about it. Uh-oh, I dropped my prop. I'll get it later. Or, hold on, that has a star. Hold on.
I had my eggs fall on the floor. Wait a minute. I got to pick my eggs up.
But when the parents don't know why you're looking down, that's where you can get knocked down and bad reviews. I feel like if you tell them why, then they'll give you more leniency. Just laugh about it.
So all you have to do to teach VIPKid is have a square about this size that you can't see beyond here. I've got stuff over here and stuff over here and stuff lined up here, and it's right there. But see, as a magician on stage, you can see all the peripheral. And so things can disappear. Or when we're singing the song, it's head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Okay, here we go. I go, okay. And I said, you try it. It's hard to do. And I've had kids who could actually do this.
I'm sure.
Stretch out. Oh, it's not very uncomfortable. All right. So, it's amazing what you can do with a little tiny living space.
Hey, I've heard that one before. The little, what is it?
Genie.
Aladdin, right?
Yeah. Itty bitty living space.
There's a lot of magic in this little tiny living space.
You want to show us something else, Bob?
Well, see, now, one thing about, I've learned this years ago, if I work for junior hires, and I would work for them, which seems that way.
Yeah.
But if I teach junior hires, if I come across as this magician who's going to try to fool them, it puts us in a battle of wits.
Okay.
So if I can make it happen accidentally, or like little children, sometimes the same thing. If I can make them seem like the magician, like that light bulb over there. So if I come out here with just a rope like this, and I say, okay, hold your breath. How are you doing that? Okay, now snap your finger. 1, 2, 3. Wow, how did you do that? Now it takes the weight off of me as being the magician. I go, how did you do that? I didn't do it. You did. So sometimes that helps to if they're, and I've never had students say, oh, I know how you did that, because I always have it's like, oh, I didn't do it. You did it.
That's awesome. Hey guys, remember, if you have questions for them or for me, please put them in the chat box. Let's see.
You had a couple of things about books or references that were
What's that?
references of books. I think you asked about favorite professional development.
Oh yeah, down at the bottom. Do you have a favorite professional development?
No. Yes, I do.
I knew that was coming as soon as I asked it. I already knew that was coming.
No, yes, I do. Yes, I do. You know, when I taught a workshop, in fact, I've taught this particular one, Motivational Magic, and how do you motivate students who are not motivated? In other words, how many have used, they've used all their energy to not be motivated. And a couple of books, one's called, I didn't write this, so it's not a plug, and I don't get it. It's called Inviting.
You can plug on here, we're good.
Okay, Inviting Students to Learn. And my section of this particular part is in Motivational Magic, and basically using the magic words. Now, we all hear the magic words as a child is, please and thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And this one here, because we don't have lots of time in our VIPKid to do a lot of long-term big things, but just by using the right word at the right time can do it. But, it has to be something that is simple to understand, because on one hand, sometimes there's a language barrier, but there's certain things, how you say things. Well, if I say you're going to get better, that doesn't sound very good. I say you're going to get even better, and the word "even" has a way of saying you're good already, but you're going to get even better. And there's a whole bunch of words that you can use a certain way, just little turns of the phrases that are compliments at the same time encourage them to get better. It's called Inviting Students, 100 Tips for Talking Effectively with Your Students.
Oh, wow.
And it's ASCD books. And even though the book is very expensive, I've used it so many times in just how I talk with students.
That's great.
And another book, another expensive book, is called Wonderful Education. Now, this one here, you could take this away, open up any page and find a certain phrase. This one here is out to inject wonder in your education. No, it's not all full of magic tricks. It's just a mindset of how to instill wonder in your students and encourage them to ask questions. And so my students know that they're going to have to ask me questions. Now, when you get to the end of some of these lessons and say, "Do you have any question for the teacher?" I say, "You better ask me some questions. I asked you to ask questions at the very beginning, and don't just make one up that you've already answered." And so we encourage them to ask questions. And in many cultures, they're not encouraged to ask questions. And when I did my workshop on, it was on asking questions in Thailand. They said, "Oh, we don't ask questions because that's questioning the teacher." And so I like to see it as you're interested, and you wonder. And we talked about the KWL, okay, which you already know, what you want to know, where you want to know. Those are your questions.
Yeah.
And so, teaching students to ask questions is something that any school can benefit from. How to teach children to ask good questions, because it means that they are engaged. And it's so much fun. Isn't it fun to have a student who's asking questions on the way? You go, "Oh, this is so cool," because they're interested. And so those two books have been have applied to many areas in what I do. So not necessarily magic books, but using the magic words and using a sense of wonder, magic in the other way, not just tricks.
Right. So Wonderful Education and Inviting Students to Learn. Good books. Oh, hey, Teacher Ralph. And hey, Danny from Happy Farms. Thanks for coming, guys. Friends are still popping in here. They rock.
Happy Farms.
Happy Farms. Danny is a VIPKid teacher, but her YouTube channel is VIPKid, lots of farming, and I just love all of her yard with all the gardens, and so Happy Farms. It's a great channel. Let's see. So what do you think are qualities of a good teacher?
I think you just have to keep learning. You have to be fun. You want to make the kids want to come back to you, and they want to have fun with you. If they have fun, they'll keep coming back, and then they'll learn more. If it's not fun, they're not going to learn.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a standard like beginning? Did we already talk about that for fun and rapport? Rapport? No.
A lot of my
over again.
regulars, I just ask them, how are they? What have they been doing today?
Yeah.
Those kinds of things. I'll pop on kind of crazy and, hi.
That's not crazy. Yeah, you've been really crazy.
Yeah. I around the corner is my prop that I used for over a year. So I'll grab that while you're talking to him.
Okay.
Because that's a fun, crazy one.
Oh, ceiling.
Well, see, it's a little tiny living space. You see how smart that is?
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, that's it's a wet bar area. And my desk wheels in and out. I like lock myself in here.
Oh wow.
And I live in a closet.
Right.
No.
I'm in a corner of an office, but it's still a mess. We haven't even finished unpacking boxes, and it's been almost a year. So
for a while for trials, I'd open up my screen with this.
I love him.
I go, hello.
It's a hat.
Hello. And it's a Halloween hat. And so I used it for like a year until it got too hot to wear it. But the kids just cracked up about it because it kind of was an icebreaker.
Oh, he's so cute. And your dad has the creeper half in the screen.
We don't know what it is. And some kids laugh at it. And I have some older kids in level 6 who go, oh, what is it?
It's so ugly. It's cute.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting too. I've started asking students like, so what did you do today? Of course, I don't ask it too much when I work nights because it's their.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning to me.
I got up.
Yeah, I did it last night. What'd you do today?
Nothing.
I ate breakfast.
Okay,
but I asked
what are you going to do today? Future tense. Here we go.
So I asked them what they've done today, and they say, "Oh, went to school." Okay. What did you learn in school today? And they start listing, math and English and Chinese. No, name me one thing you learned. And just like American students, I went to school, and nothing seems to be clicking of, say, tell me one thing you learned. So I'm doing the same to them I would do to American students.
Yeah.
Tell me something you were excited about, a question you had. Trying to get students to do that. So it's still working on the VIPKid students. They don't know what to do with that. Though we did have a student today said, well, I was confused about a math problem. So, okay, write it down. So I started writing it down. And
I hope nobody asks me for one of those.
This was during a level 7. And I said, okay, I'll do it during the break time. Okay. And I started doing it, and and I realized, so how long? I spent a half an hour working on 4 problems. Well, you know what? I can see why. So they were asking questions, and he was interested enough to tell me what he was working on.
Aww.
And this fellow, he comes across very sad. I was working on this, but then toward the end, he has to come up with a report or something. And I said, what are you going to do it about? He said, well, my grandmother does this and this. Okay. Though I have to clean up my classroom, and there are students who don't do their job. And I get, it sounds like you're more excited about that one. You're getting more emotions from that one. Okay, talk about that. So I want the kids to talk about what they're excited about. Mm-hmm. I start there, and then hopefully move the motivation over to something else.
Don't you think once you can get them talking about those things, they want to tell you something the next time they see you? Like they're ready for something else?
Often.
Sometimes. Once you get them in their trust.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rebekah, have you seen that true? The students you have, they trust you, they talk more?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some of my upper levels definitely do. Talk more about their life. I've got one girl who has shown me her crush. I don't know his name. It's a Chinese name. It's a famous actor or musician in Chinese over in China. And she's like, look at all the pictures I have of him on my phone. Like, oh my goodness. Okay. Your 12-year-old crushes,
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
so she just
cute.
gets all blushing. You know, with her, I love her, but we often go over time. So like, okay, we gotta
Yes.
focus. Because oh yeah, come on, focus.
Well, see, sometimes I've done that with them. I say, you tell me more. And when I give you a star, you tell me another one. You tell me a star. And them telling me more of their life is a reward.
Yeah.
Because they like to talk sometimes. Some.
Some, yeah.
Let's see. Danny from Happy Farm said, fun hat. Oh, they are father-daughter. Yes, they are.
Really?
That's always a time to practice past tense, isn't it? Mine always say, I go to school. Yes. I do my homework.
Yeah, like I went to school. Like
Yes.
I'm going to, you know,
So I talk about work on your verbal grammar. And I mentioned about tenses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Boston. I still need to work on my verbal grammar sometimes. Still leave out those R's. Not when I'm teaching, though. Only if I'm really excited or really nervous about something, then you can hear it. So, wow. So what are some of your upcoming goals? Are you guys goal setters?
Kind of just living life with 2 kids, you know? No, I'm trying to continue on with my VIPKid journey full time as much as I can. You know, I can't really work more than 3 a.m. earlier than that. But I want to get my Outschool up and coming too, because I know this fall and spring my husband's going off to school again. And so I want to kind of take some of that financial burden from him so he can focus more on his schoolwork. Full-time student. And so I'm trying to figure out how to add that in. So that my goal is to get my Outschool classes up and going a little bit more so I can have this balance, because you can be more than one company.
What time do you go to bed, getting up at 2 and having 2 little ones?
My goal is 9.
Wow.
Just have like kids to bed, you know, by 8, and then I'm right to bed, you know, 8:30, 9 o'clock. So yeah. Up at 2:15. I try to take a nap in there, but right now I'm trying to schedule my Outschool classes during my daughter's nap. So with the TV on for the 4-year-old, 8-year-old months old sleeping. So I have to really balance how to do things, you know, when my husband's away working. How do I, you know, do everything at home?
And I know you're taking nap time now to come on my channel. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh no, I love this. Yeah.
So Bob, what about for you?
Well, 3 basic areas. I'm writing a book right now. I wanted to write it for many years, and I have 3 daughters, and so this is the one youngest.
And a son. I've got a brother too.
And a son too. Yeah. But and of course I have grandchildren, but with another daughter, we're working on a book, and the book is basically about the wonder of Einstein, and how did he learn to be? How did he learn the sense of wonder? And so we're writing a children's book on wonder. So my daughter's drawing the pictures, and they're wonderful pictures, and talking about how he looked at something and how exploded wonder. How he looked at something, exploded wonder. And so that's coming out soon. I've been working on a TED Talk for quite a while, and that's basically reviving wonder in the classroom. And how do you instill wonder in students? And I hope very soon I'll go back overseas and teach more classes, and also to do more programs overseas. And this is really fun to do because, I go travel and do magic shows, but doing programs for students who never seen anything like I do, who are doing rote memorization, and I try to get them excited about a topic. So continuing to do that. So the book and a TED Talk and going overseas again, possibly to Africa or even India this time.
Oh, wow. Now, what age groups do you usually do your, I almost said workshops, your presentations for?
Well, it's interesting. When I went to Africa and Thailand, I thought, children would be fine. It's no, go to the high schools and junior high. And so we were doing the high schoolers, and they thought it was so cool, you know. And so it was always good to know up front. Tell me today where we're going.
Right.
So I would do the right program, please.
I'm thinking our Scholastic always needs we're preschool through second grade. So we have 1,000 kids in just that little age group.
Wow.
Yeah. He's like, oh.
Cool. Well, I have done programs for that young.
Yeah. What kind of things do you do?
Well, they're doing alphabets and counting, and so we'll count things in 1, 2, 3, and blocks will rearrange themselves, and so we do the basic learning things. And of course, seeing colors and things spin around and doing things, it's magical. They may not get everything we do, but I'm not going to be doing algebra and the motivation has to be I'd lower the vocabulary on the motivational talk.
Yeah.
But I prefer, it's interesting, I prefer about that 4th, 5th, and 6th grade level.
Yeah.
But and junior high has been a challenge, but when I've gone overseas, my programs are so hilarious. They love it, especially when they get up front. I ask a student to come forward, and I'll dress them up as some kind of magical person, and they do it. Again, they do the magic. Yeah. And so I've learned to adapt very quickly to the age group, especially in Thailand, who they just, today you're going to be doing junior high. Thanks. Okay, get ready for that. When we're in South Africa, so now you'll be teaching an after-school program. Okay. And it was for Arts Center, a high school. Okay.
It reminds me of my VIPKid schedule. Level 2, level 6, level 7, level 3. I was back and forth all the time. Okay.
And let's give you a sprinkle of Starlight classes.
Yeah. Level 1 trial. Here we go.
Yeah. For that, I'm just like, oh, please load the slides. Oh, please load the slides, please.
Yeah.
Right.
Start class 30 seconds early. So you're ready to go.
Oh, Rebekah, you're in the chat. You're good. Rebekah, you rock, mama. Dad is cool too.
Thank you.
Yes, adaptable. That's what I was thinking, Danny. Yeah, you have to be flexible and adaptable.
And that's what I wrote down too when you talked about the qualities of a good teacher. I didn't put them in any order. I mean, I like being creative. And some students are resistant to that or don't see the humor or the creativity going, okay, well, this one's for me. Okay. Okay.
I think that's partly why I loved going to your workshop, because I'm not creative. So I have to borrow the ideas from you guys.
But then it was mentioned just a moment ago, adaptability. I have to adapt to different students all the time. And I have to adapt to where their needs are and how they are today. And so I have to adapt to them and being flexible. So that's a good quality, because some teachers are very subject focused. We have to get through this material. Yeah. Well, you got through the material, but the student didn't understand. So adapting to the student. And VIPKid is very good of teaching you how to be adaptable and flexible.
True. I was very worried to not go through all the slides at first, but now I've learned, the areas you can add time, take away.
I did that too. The first 3 months, I was looking at every night before, and I would get these random lessons and I don't know what happened before that or what's going to happen later. But after about 3 or 4 months, I got a groove. I'm just going to, go in it. And now, almost 4 years later, I've taught almost all of them. And so they have a rhythm. They have a flow to it. You go this, and then you go this, and you go this. And my rewards end up during a break. Okay, vocab's done. Reward, okay, now math. Reward, now grammar. And so I kind of plan it during those little breaks anyway. And then someone would go, supplemental today. And I didn't look at it. So here we go.
I will not be doing that tonight with my 3 new supplementals.
Yeah. I do. If I have never had a class before, if it says new lesson, I'm like, thank you for showing me that. Now I can look at that one lesson. That's smart of VIPKid to do that now.
Yeah.
Right. And some of those supplemental classes have a material after the goodbye. So he says goodbye. And I've learned not to go on to the next page. Hey, the teacher didn't finish the slides. Okay.
There's supposed to be extra slides if you had time.
So if I know I'm not going to make it, I go, oh, this is goodbye. And I said, now there's some more pages after this that you could do in your own time. So I've learned to adjust that. And there are some times where I have one student who reads very well, but very concisely and slowly and pronounce the words. And this is good. I said, you work very well. But I said, don't think words, think phrases and sentences flow together. Yeah. And then there's a time, I want you to listen to me and how I flow. And I'll read a page to them. Now that's my way of saying we don't have time to finish this unless I read to them. So let's go through the page.
I'll draw a line this way or this way. Go, do you want number 1 or number 2? Number 1. Okay, you read, then I read. Next page. You read, then I read.
And
this is a dialogue.
Yeah, and that way we can go a little bit faster. They can still practice reading, but I'm not struggling through this really.
You can make it a game and call it popcorn.
Yeah.
When you say popcorn, it's their turn, and then they read, and then they say popcorn, it's your turn, and just keep it going.
Yeah, I like that idea. That way it keeps them on their toes, and they don't zone out while I'm reading. They stay in.
Yeah,
like popcorn, like what?
Like, wait, where are we?
Yeah.
Well, I go like this. Underline when I read. Underline word by word, like I do for you. Now you do it for me, and so I know you're tracking with me because I track with them. They track with me.
And you can circle the words they need to have work with.
Right, but they have to track me the same way I track them.
Very good. Well, I think. Oh, let's see. Sorry, where am I here? One day they're doing great. Next day, wow, to answer and not talkative. Got to flow with it without forcing it. She said, that's me too, Rebekah. Yes, demonstrating flow is important and helps move time along. I think it's great for them to hear us. I always learn something in these interviews and feel inspired. Oh, good, Danny.
Thanks, Danny.
Yeah, she rocks.
Okay.
I think that is all I have for you guys. Was there anything else you wanted to show us? They're both looking around thinking,
Well, wait a minute. I got something the other side of the room. Wait, what is that? What is that right there? It's behind my, what is that?
Oh.
It's over here. I don't know what happens sometimes. Things just get out of hand. Yeah. Okay. Now, come to my workshop if you want to know how to do one of these. And that's all there is to it.
Oh, I wanted to ask you, Bob, do you use those as stars? Like some of the things you do, is it just stars? Does it just come up with your, how am I trying to say this? I thought about it today in the car. There was something you mentioned in the workshop about stars.
Okay, so how do I work my magic in? Is that
is it just during the star time or do you add it in?
Okay, so the couple places, Rebekah and I were talking about that last night because it's a natural thing for me. Sometimes I use it as a starter. I say, hey, watch this, at the very beginning as an attention getter.
Okay.
Sometimes I use it for the stars, an ongoing thing. Sure. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I use it at the end. Once in a great while, now, when I do my workshops all over the place, people say, do you have any particular thing for this particular lesson on Lewis and Clark? Well, I'll try. So, once, as I said before, colors. Okay, so I'll get some colors to happen. Colors come up a lot. Shapes come up a lot. Foods and animals come up a lot. Once in a while, I'll have a trick that just fits perfectly with a lesson. But I find out that having tricks fitting around stars, which is common with all the lessons, I could actually have an ongoing trick almost for a week and not repeat it. Okay, we're done with that trick for a while and put that away. So like rewards, I'll have like this, this picture up here. Well, I keep track of the students, which ones they've seen. Oh, wow. So I don't repeat it. So I keep track of it. I put that in the file.
The teacher feedback.
Teacher feedback. Yeah. So to answer your question, do I fit it in perfectly with a lesson? Well, sometimes they'll see a picture of an airplane there, and we're talking about Lewis and Clark or something like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite fit. Okay, I know, not even barely fit. So it's difficult to make every trick fit something. But there are major topics that come up that I'm working with tricks for those major topics. So does that answer your question? I could actually write a book, and for lesson for level 5, lesson 2,
Right?
the trick.
Instead of Google Slide, we'll have Bob's magic book.
Let's go keep me busy.
Wait, which trick do I need for this one?
I know, it's a whole book of things.
Yeah. I think last time it was the cubes, and you had given like 2 per.
Yeah.
2 per star. That's what I think. That's what I was thinking of.
And it's across the room, but these are things you can get
Okay.
at children's stores, and basically they're cubes. And I take out of a box, so I put the monkey away, and take out of a mystery box, and this cube fits the entire box, and I put it aside. Well, you can't get any more in there. Then I take out another. No, I got this from Rebekah. Thanks, Rebekah. and I take out the next cube, which is inside the cubes. Okay, but they're amazing. I had one girl. She was on level 5, and I tried it on her, and she's, "How are you doing that? How are all those blocks coming out of there?" And so that was something you can get at a Goodwill or a store like that. You could see those. You could spend $15 for it, or you could spend $2 for it. But on the sides, you've got alphabet, you've got animals, you've got pictures of all different things. And so I focus on that, and I'll be showing this at the workshop this week. And then it grows up high and looks like it touches the ceiling. And because of perspective, if I raise this up like this, it really does look like it's touching the ceiling because of perspective. Yeah, wow, it touches. And of course, I have to push them just a little forward because I have to look. The ones that are smaller have to look like they're closer to you. Yes, I've had them fall sometime during the lesson.
That's the fun part.
But see, it's an interesting that perspective. Perspective can be like here. When we're doing something with a rabbit, and it's a rabbit. Oh, I thought it was a duck. Oh, so having just little things like that, that once in a while there's a rabbit happens to be in the lesson.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And ducks happen to be in the lesson too. So go back to your question. Do I have a trick for every story and every lesson? No. But the longer I teach, the more I will gather those.
Right? I'm sure you come up with something.
Yes.
That's great. I think we got through everything. Wow. Rebekah, did you want to show us anything before we left?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to steal something.
We're going to share it in the meetup. And
What's that?
To tell people who just came in, we don't have official workshops with VIPKid. We're not hired to do that, but we did do a virtual meetup a few weeks ago, and we have another coming up. But they sell it really fast, so we might do more in the future too. Yeah, well, you go to Eventbrite, and so sold tickets, free tickets, whatever. But reserve spots, whatever it is you call it. But we do like a workshop / meetup, like a hybrid. Every few weeks, just during this time, it's fun to do. But my food comes from Dollar Tree. I go, "Do you want a hamburger?" What was that?
A dog toy.
I was just like played up, and then I go, "Yeah, it's just a dog toy. It's the Dollar Tree." But just having expressions and making it fun, and then getting them off guard, like, wait, what? So I like to have my trick food sometimes.
You're like his mini-me sometimes, some of the expressions you make.
We learn from each other. I've learned, play it up and be big. It's a show sometimes, sometimes you have to just make it a show.
It's interesting too, because I don't wear this when I'm during my during my classes. I still wear orange.
Do you?
Me too sometimes.
Yeah.
But once I want to surprise him, and I was on the VIPKid award for dressing up as a mad professor,
Oh, that's
and
right.
so I remember doing that. And once in a while, surprise the students. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned showing that video. We didn't get to it. Did you want to, or I don't know if anybody
Which
has
one?
it ready.
The one I used for
The Halloween one?
no, the
Or-
other one.
Not that one. Oh wait, I have to make you a. Hang on a second. Let's see.
The one we did. Oh, they can hear me too. I'll whisper.
Is it the one on your website?
No, the shorter one. The one me talking like this.
Oh, yes. Yes, the intro video. Okay. If you
The one that looks just like me right now, almost.
Am I letting things slip?
I'll see if I can find it real quick while you guys are talking.
Oh, so what are we going to talk about, Bob?
Talk among yourselves. Well,
I'm sure you can come up with something. I'm about out of things. I don't know.
So how long have you taught VIPKid?
10 months.
Wow.
310 days.
Just think of how many students you'll have after 25 years like I have. No.
Right?
No. It's interesting too, because I'm looking now, the changes have happened, the different types of things you do. They came on gradually. And if somebody right now who's trying out says, now you have to remember these 5 things, and remember this 5 things. Remember this. Oh, by the way, you can win prizes here and here and here and here and here and here. There's so many extras now. And oh, by the way, if you just check in, you get points, and you can gather those points up to do this. So there's a learning curve now, which is cool, but there's a lot more you have to learn up front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want me to play that right now? That's the one?
Yeah. If you want to see, yeah.
Let's see.
Will it show me talking?
Yes. It's the one with the.
Like you need to see me.
Okay. Hang on. I need to. Wait, it's starting. Oh. Okay. Sorry. I can't see you guys. You can see me, but I got to share my screen.
Yeah, screen share. I'll let you know if it's coming through on the YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
It's delayed.
Oh, I got to actually push the share button. Sorry about that. Can you guys
screen
see?
sharing. Yep.
Oh, there I am.
Just go full screen on that one too. Yeah.
That's great.
And
turn
my
it
chat
up.
box down. Okay. Oh yeah, I did see this one. Okay, you ready? Oh, can we hear it?
No, oh yes.
I'm a teacher who enjoys igniting one, like this. Take a light bulb, place it inside a box, close up the box. I love to ignite wonder. Whenever I teach, I add mystery, magic, and fun. I've been a professional teacher of algebra, chess, and have taught 2nd through 9th grade students. I am a professional magician. I have given presentations across the U.S., Thailand, Taiwan, and Africa, and I love to teach Math Magic, a class on magic that makes mathematics fun. The magic of playing cards. As a magician for over 30 years, I love to inspire aspiring magicians by teaching self-working card tricks, beginning chess. As an award-winning chess coach for over 20 years, I love to teach the fun way to play chess. Whether it be algebra, optical illusions, or the magic of origami, I love to teach in a way that clicks and sticks. I like to put the magic back in to teaching and learning. Let's see if I can do this. Like this. With wonder. Every child is a genius. This is Bob. See you soon.
I love it.
It sounds just like me.
It did. It sounded just like you, Bob.
No, I haven't had this background for years, so it's not like, yeah. I change it once in a while. We changed my entire room around with Rebekah's help. We used to have to, so yeah. Well, thank you for showing that.
Yeah, that was great.
Do I do birthday parties? Well, no.
Well, you did a Zoom birthday party.
Yeah, yes, I did.
That was fun.
Oh, fun.
Well, I didn't realize until actually I signed up for it that these are people across the United States for a birthday party. Yeah, it was during when we're doing Zoom parties, birthday party, magic birthday parties, without going. But I found out that most English was a second language, and most spoke it was India, and so. I said, "Oh, this could be quite interesting. You need to tell me right on the top if I need to do less verbal and more
Right?
visual." But it was fine.
Oh, good. Are you going to teach them how to make a star in your next workshop?
Oh, sure.
Oh, you guys need to go for that. I think I need to learn it again next time. But I'll be checking back so I can make
After
it
the
good.
workshop, I might make a YouTube video showing that, or I can have, he has a video, but I'll put it on my YouTube channel so you guys can see and make it in your classroom too. And
Yeah,
I
it's
use it with
super
my
fun.
students. Just like, do it once or twice and then hide it away for a while and then bring it back out again so they can
Mhm.
make it too.
I thought it was fun. Some of us did really well. Where is mine? I saved
Show
mine.
your star. Well, there's my star right there.
Mine's right here
It's
somewhere.
a triangle.
Now, did you get my video?
What's
Did you
that?
get his email later? Did you get the email with the
Whoever
gifts?
comes to my workshop gets a whole video things.
Yeah, it's in your Google Drive, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
That shows them how to make a star.
Yeah. I have that, but I want them to go to your workshop so they can learn how to make a star.
Yes.
Of
yeah.
course.
Yeah.
But they come to the workshop, I send them something at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And this one for this week is sold out, but we will make new ones. We'll come back.
It's
Don't
great.
worry.
It's so much fun. And you learn a ton. I really took a lot of things away. I have a whole page of notes that I took during it. And I had to leave 10 minutes early. And I was like, oh, man. All right. Well, Bob and Rebekah, thank you so much for taking time out and coming to my channel. And
Yes, it was so much
Welcome.
fun.
Yeah, this is fun.
And thank you, everyone in the chat box. Wow, we still have 9 people.
Oh, and we had 114 when we began.
Right? No, not on this channel. Not yet.
Are there any questions from them? Any questions?
I don't think we have any more. I think I asked them in between. That's why I usually tell everyone when I look straight down, I have your questions from me. And when I look over here, I have my iPad with the chat. Any last minute questions, guys? So,
He started checking out.
yeah. Rebekah, are you still in there?
Yeah,
Did you read the last one?
I did. It says, wow, he looks like something on a Disney Channel.
I want to get this that spins around or lights up or something.
Yeah, right?
That'd be fun. Have that change with the color of the light bulb so it changes at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I'm working on it.
I was just going to say, get started on that, Bob.
Get right on it.
That's awesome. All right. Well, I don't see any more questions coming up. Thank you guys so much. And I'll be at one of your workshops again soon.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank
Bye.
you.
We'll see you later. Bye.